Hi everyone, I'm Denine Matsuda here in my classroom with my friend and coworker, Mrs. Hageson Tara, who teaches second grade. We get to teach together, well, we get to work together, but this day we got to teach together. So we just got back from the California Mathematics Council Math Convention in Palm Springs, and the big focus was on, we've talked about Peter Liljedahl and his thinking classroom. And, Tara noticed especially that all of the workshops kept talking about helping our students be better thinkers. And our struggle that we had was, she teaches second, I teach fourth, so the meetings were divided into K2 and 3-5. And we really wanted to go together to them, but we kept separating and then coming together and talking. So the one that Tara went to was so good that I asked her if she would share what she learned at this one.
All right. I went to one called Literature in the Thinking Classroom. So I wanted to go back and try an activity with my students. So this one was based on counting how many legs. So I first started off reading a story, and I didn't have the book, but there's plenty of resources on YouTube, so I just Googled it on YouTube and got there.
And Stanley will put the link for you of this
It's
story.
called How Animals Got Their Legs. So it tells a story about how animals got their legs.
It's like a folk tale, right?
Yes, an African folk tale. Mm-hmm. And then I presented a problem to my second graders that were, I'm a farmer, I went into the barn and I counted 22 legs, and I had chicken and cows in my barn. How many cows and how many chickens did I have? So they had to solve that. And so they solved it in all different ways. And then the next...
And they worked in partners, right?
Yes, they worked in partners. And of course, we tried to do the sage and scribe, which is one person does the talking, the other person does the writing, but that didn't quite. But they were still thinking and working together. So that was great. So there was all different ways. Some just did pictures with 2 legs on one, and then others did pictures with groups of 4, groups of 2. And some, my higher level students, did multiplication. So it was really good to see the different ones. Some students who just want to get to the answer had a really hard time thinking outside the box. So that was really challenging for them. And then I was telling Denine how fun it was to just watch these kids. So she invited me to come to her classroom. So I did the same thing in her classroom, except instead of cows and chickens, I did pigs and chickens. And it was so interesting to see how 4th graders solved it. They were just as engaged as my second graders, but they just came up with the same kind of answers, but just getting there was completely different. So here are some different ways they did it.
Yeah, 2 years of growth can really make a difference. So here we have Avi and Bella, and they were just going to town over here, and Tara and I could hear Avi saying, "I see the pattern, I see the pattern." And then he even went to things that were smaller than one animal. And then Mrs. Hageson, what did you say?
Well, I said, well, we can't have half a chicken at a farm because we're not a butcher shop. So, but he still did. And I just noticed that you can go infinity.
Yes, you can just keep going. And then as they finished, Mrs. Hageson was trying to think of ways to help them go beyond, and so she gave 2 suggestions to them. She said, we can change the number of legs that they're solving for, or then you kept saying, well, can you do it a different way?
Yes.
And look at what Shiloh, let me step over here, Shiloh and Abby, like here they used factors. They're using such beautiful vocabulary. Here they're using multiplication. Here they're using multiples, and here they're using division. And this is what caught Tara's and my eye so much. Look at this. This way, or that way, another way, a different way. Are our students thinking? They are so thinking. And this is what we would call, you've heard the term low floor, high ceiling, where low floor means it's easily accessible to all our students regardless of their abilities, but the sky is kind of the limit. And we have a room full of these different solutions, and it took no prep.
Yeah.
Like no prep. You just need something for them to write on.
Mm-hmm.
right? And they had so much
And
fun.
some solved one problem and others solved more than one problem, but all of them were successful. So I think that's important.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to share that with you, and we hope that tomorrow you will try the 22 legs farm problem. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. I'm Denine Matsuda. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to like,